We are officially back on the YouTube. I took a 2-month lunch break and I apologize, but I'm back and I promise that I am not going anywhere anytime soon. So drop me a like and subscribe if you want to go into what's happening at the back end of April, moving into May for your sign. Now, as I'm diving in, the one thing that I want to begin with here is this reminder of cycles, right? The thing that I'm seeing is like a 360, and it feels like a coming back into a cycle but choosing different. The energy that I'm getting here is very much around choice, and I feel you do have the ability right now to choose different. Spirit is showcasing to me that you've had certain situations going on around you, and these situations could involve conflict, could involve like back and forth energy with somebody, and you're really ready to clear that. Now, there's been a little bit of hesitation around you because you're worried in case things don't change. Now, if this is not a physical person, it could be like a back and forth energy with money for you, but there's something where it's felt a little bit like tug of war, and it's time to break through that cycle. Now, when I'm looking at the energy, I feel like you're really close to being able to move through things. You're really close to being able to shift into this new energy. And what Spirit is bringing to the surface here is a huge reminder that you almost need to remember that things get to be different. It feels like you can't judge situations right now how they've been judged in the past. And so if there's a point of conflict or there's something that's gone wrong and being back and forth in your money dynamic, it is what it is, but it's time to move on from that right now. And so what I'm seeing here is that there's a need for a fresh beginning. And looking at this fresh beginning, I feel like you're way closer than you give yourself permission to realize. And what Spirit is coming in with is this huge reminder of break the cycle, break the cycle, break the cycle. I feel like there's so much opportunity for you to welcome this sense of safety, but it's like you're trying to figure out if it's too good to be true. And so this is either a person or it's a situation. It's like, is this too good to be true? Am I imagining things? I don't know whether this is safe. And what Spirit is bringing forward here is this need to trust and this need to allow situations to unfold. I feel like you need to give yourself permission to enjoy what's right in front of you. And Spirit really wants you to just soak up the pleasure around you, okay? So this is a time of enjoying, and this is a time of trust. Trust is hard for you, and I can see that because you've been through a lot and you've experienced a lot, but it's a time to surrender and let yourself enjoy this chapter. I'm seeing a lot in regards to you've gone through a lot to get to this point, and now you're starting a new season, and I feel like you're starting a new season with whatever the situation was around you. Maybe there was a conflict with a family member or friend. Maybe there was something going on in your finances. Whatever it is, you're starting a new season, and you really need to enjoy it because it's a season that's really going to be beneficial. And I feel like you get to soak up the energy of what this truly is and really allow yourself to be content as well. Don't be guarded, don't be hesitant. Allow yourself to realize that this is the real deal and the people around you are here for the right reasons. And so Pisces, this is a really, really good season for you where things are organically like coming into a fresh beginning. But I feel like you've broken the cycle. Like there was a cycle, there was something that was going on, but you've worked really, really hard to be able to break that cycle and hold yourself at a new standard. And so what Spirit is bringing to the surface here is that this is not by fate. This is by the work that you've done internally and externally, and the way that you've been able to hold the uncomfortable conversations. Because I do feel like there's an element of uncomfortable energy here, almost like you've had to have some very real conversations with the people in your life. You've had to hear certain things about yourself that maybe you didn't want to hear. Whatever it is that's been brought to the surface, it's come through for a reason, and now you get to clear it. And so it's about giving yourself permission to accept, okay, that chapter's done, and actually we're going in this new chapter now, and the new chapter is really where I want to focus my attention. The new chapter is the energy that can take you to where it is that you desire to be. Soak it up, enjoy it, let it be created. Now, yes, there's going to be an element of putting in the work here, and if this is like the relationship energy, just realize that putting in the work and the effort works both ways. Or if this is money, you're going to have to put in the foundation, but the reward is worth it. And so don't be afraid of that hard work. Don't be afraid of, committing to the process, because it absolutely is going to be worth it, is what I have coming to the surface there. very drawn to say, don't be easily offended. Maybe there's somebody in your life that you're like, oh, I feel like they're trying to offend me or trigger me. That's not the case, and I feel like you need to see beyond that. And this is the case for family, for friends, for work dynamics. Don't allow yourself to be easily triggered. Just recognize when you're making something mean something that it doesn't actually mean, and how you can move through that to create more comfort in your reality. At the end of the day, things don't have to mean something unless you make them mean something. And so you need to come back to your natural and your organic energy and trust that nobody is trying to insult you. In fact, sometimes it's just a little jokey fun that your sensitivity takes the wrong way, okay? And so what Spirit is saying is this sensitive energy, that's also something that you get to move through right now, because I feel it's caged you for so long. I get the impression that it could be hormones, it could be anxiety. There's something that's causing the sensitivity, but it's time to move beyond that and say, I don't want to carry that energy anymore. I don't want to live in that energy anymore.